Hi, everyone. So we're back again with another podcast. Today we're going to be interviewing
Mr. Levy.
Yes.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Good. So we just want to, what's your role in the building here?
My role in the building is that I've been a social studies teacher on the high school side for 23 years and just really enjoy what I'm doing here.
Do you teach any other subjects?
Just social studies. I've been teaching ninth grade global history, teach sports and record history, and I've been doing criminal justice.
Sociology?
Sociology
You
last
call
year.
that?
It changes every
I was
year
in
for
that
teaching.
class.
Every year for teaching, we change our classes usually. Some things we keep, but other times we're teaching a brand new subject.
What's your favorite one to teach?
I always love global studies.
Why?
I like world history. I also like presenting things to young people, things they might not be familiar with, and teaching them why they should be interested in it. And I always believe that when you teach the why in something, why someone should learn something, that's what makes it relevant to them. That's why they want to learn.
Can you give like an example of why you teach?
Sure. Well, I mean, there's a couple of different reasons. Number one is when I'm talking about a subject, I want to make sure the subject is relevant. If we're talking, for example, about Africa, which is a unit that we have to do within global studies, why do we need to learn about Africa? We can talk about current events. We can talk about the extreme poverty of Africa, about why that poverty is happening. And one of our themes that we use is geography. So we tie that in to what's going on in current events, what's going on historically, what's going on in terms of teaching our content. The other thing is in terms of teaching itself. You know, you deal with young people every day. You walk out, they might not remember everything that you've taught them subject-wise, but they remember the fun things that you did, they remember the impact that you had, and that's what makes it really fun for me and relevant.
Yeah, I remember when I was in your classes, you would play like music at the start of every period.
During the pandemic.
Yeah.
On Google Meets.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, I remember that too.
And then on the days that I was in the classroom, you would put it up on the whiteboard.
Yeah. I mean, those times were times when you had to take people that were in a different mindset because we were worried about the pandemic, we weren't in classes, and we had to do things to make, I believe as teachers, we had to do things to make it fun and bring some type of normalcy to the lives of young people. So I think those routines were fun, watching me do silly things were fun, but we also did our content at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
I believe that's the most effective way to teach. You know, you gotta sprinkle in some fun stuff with the not as fun stuff.
Always.
My first year in high school, you played music. I forget what band, but then later that day I was doing my homework and I had Gilmore Girls in the background and it was playing and I was like, oh yeah, it's Mr. Levy.
Just, again, it was probably some type of tie-in to what we did subject-wise.
Yeah.
So, you know, again.
It was about Egypt, I think.
Yeah, walk like an
Yeah,
Egyptian.
yeah.
Yes, that's what, and now again, it was like a fun little thing just to get everybody motivated. Everybody's like, ooh, what are we going to learn about Egypt? Because you either heard the song, you heard me sing along to the song, or you saw me do the dance during class. So that's what we did.
Yeah. So what do you think you would be doing now if you weren't a teacher? What would be the other option?
I don't know. I really don't know the answer. I think I would still be a teacher after all these years.
It was always something you wanted to do, or
no, it wasn't something I wanted to do.
Well, what did you want to do originally?
I wanted to start out in business, but when I was in college for it, you know, I went to a year of college. I was doing well in the classes, but it just wasn't feeling it. I can't explain exactly. You have the feeling like it's just not right. It's not the right fit.
Yeah, just like no passion for it.
I guess that's the word you can use. I just thought about what would be something I'm really interested in. And when I thought about the teachers that took someone that was unmotivated in high school, very unmotivated, and motivated me to push me to a new level, I thought about my social studies teachers. And I realized it was something that I really felt passionate about in terms of giving back to young people, in terms of learning about history. Again, the things that made me an unmotivated student, the teachers motivated me by coming up with relevant things, by connecting it to today, by having fun in the classroom, good activities. And those are some things that I said I could do, and I wanted to give back in that way. And I found teaching to be a very rewarding career, especially you know, now. When I started out, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't good at it. I struggled a lot. But it was through kind of, you know, looking through a student's eyes that I became better and constantly keep trying to improve my craft. Even now at 23 years in the high school and almost 30 years of teaching, you're still trying to improve. You still want to be the best version of yourself that you could be.
Yeah, and on the topic of you playing music in the classroom, personally, what is your like top 3 bands?
Of all time, just in general?
Yeah, just in general.
Big fan of Metallica. I remember I wore a Metallica t-shirt in 12th grade in high school and almost had to go home for it because no one knew what it was. True story.
Wow.
All some favorite bands. I've seen them in concert several times. Foo Fighters I like a lot. I think they're fantastic. And as far as a third, it's very hard to put my finger on it. I would say probably I'm going to make it a tie between the Doobie Brothers, Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, The Who, and probably Van Halen.
Wow.
5-way tie.
Are you
Wow.
a movie guy too?
I am a movie guy.
What's like your top 3 movies?
I can't come up with a top. It's hard to come up with a top 3. It depends on your genre.
Give us
that
like
you
a few, any.
Just anything you really like.
I mean, every time The Godfather is on, either 1 or 2, I can just keep watching it no matter what happens. Even though you know the lines, you know what's going to happen. It's just such epic acting. There's so many subtle things that happen. Like Whiplash is a great movie. It's a fairly recent movie, but it's great. I can't believe I'm saying this. I like Top Gun Maverick. I didn't want to like it, and I liked it a lot. Dune is a great movie. Anything with Tom Hanks is fantastic. I think he's one of the greatest actors of our time. I also am a big fan of Al Pacino. I like movies like
He's
that. He's a very dynamic actor. There's 3 movies that I've seen him in that I just can't stop watching either. Scent of a Woman, Carlito's Way. There's a movie Heat, which is very underrated. It's about a 3-hour drama. It's very underrated. It has Robert De Niro, and it has Al Pacino in it. The first time they were on camera together. But again, going back to The Godfather, it's just such an epic movie that it's fantastic.
Yeah. What? Maybe like favorite actor? Maybe just in general. Like, yeah. You said Tom Hanks.
I think Tom Hanks is the greatest actor of our time. You know, when I saw Forrest Gump in the movie theater 30 years ago, I knew in my mind that it was going to be an epic film. It was going to be a film that's like a timeless classic film that never will be taken away. It's proven that. It's just his acting is so unbelievable, and I watch him, and he's played, a mentally challenged person. He's played an astronaut. He's played someone that's stranded on an island. He played a lawyer with AIDS. He played a son that was, dealing with an abusive father. He played a child in an adult's body. He played a major league manager for a women's baseball team. Man is multi-talented to be acting like that and at that high level. And he started his career in comedy. And look at the dramatic actor that he is today. He's an epic actor. You also have, of course, guys like Robert De Niro. You have Al Pacino, Bryan Cranston. I've seen Kevin Hart in many things when his serious role.
He lives around here.
I've seen him in serious roles. He is phenomenal. He is really talented.
Yeah.
So, even though Tom Hanks is the GOAT, there are many other great actors as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of talent, do you have any? Or any, do you speak any other languages? Do you have any special talents? Do you have any talents no one knows about?
My special talents these days are,
Dressing.
trying at times to dress, trying to figure out the perfect cargo shorts, but it really has become, trying to go running, trying to work out, trying to be fit.
You're on that workout grind every day.
You don't stop.
Tell us about your runs.
I have to. At my age, you got to keep going. All right. I also want to challenge myself. I signed up. I'm going to be in the New York City Marathon this coming year.
That's
so I'm going to start
exciting.
training for it in May and June. And at 52, I'm hoping to prove to myself I
Good
can
luck
finish.
with that.
Yeah.
Did you play sports in high school?
I was in bowling when I was in high
Really?
school. Yeah.
That's just bowling.
That was it. I had bad back, so I couldn't really do much. That was about
It
it.
happens.
I guess. I don't know.
How many strikes did you get in bowling?
I don't know. Many. But it was almost 35 years ago, so it's a little hard to kind of keep
Do you
time.
go bowling with your family in school then? They're
Now,
get
no,
angry?
nobody does that. They do bowling on their phones or on the Wii. That's
Good.
about it. Yeah,
Oh, Wii bowling's the best.
it is. It's still classic.
Of course, yeah.
15 years later, we still have it at home.
Yeah.
Just you kids and stop.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Well, thank you for coming on today and speaking to us.
My pleasure chatting with you guys.
Yeah, no, it's really appreciated.
All right, anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.